back at the table with an extra spooky edition of Crit Happens. I am your mic man, the Bubbernut.
Moxie.
Siege.
Teaspoon.
And we got a couple of people here hosting the episode with us. Mike is back.
I'm here.
Yes, he is.
He
He's
didn't
back.
go anywhere.
No.
He didn't go anywhere.
This is like.
But this is
at
considered
least
bad.
the illusion.
We stopped the last one and we started this one, so he is now back.
But you guys don't know that.
That can all be it.
Mike left and came back. This is a week later.
And Brad is back with us.
How's it going?
Also didn't go anywhere.
He didn't leave. He's been here with us the entire time.
See, you folks think we get together every single week, sit down, and nope, we just knock them all out.
Yeah, we just do 20 sessions a day, once a month. This is how we do it.
We
so,
just magically know the future so we can talk about things as
Basically.
they're happening.
That's how it works.
Basically. Today, we have a bit of a topic, I guess it's going to be Halloween themed.
Yeah.
It's our spooky edition.
Is that your ghost?
Yeah. Which oddly, whatever.
You sound,
Words that I
Oddly,
forgot.
and just whatever.
you sound like Adam Sandler from Transylvania.
I sound like Adam Sandler from Transylvania.
I think he was going for the count, right?
He
Yes,
was
the Count.
He was the count.
I get blah.
Count Bubbernut.
I am Count Bubbernut. Yeah, I could do that.
We all need nicknames now.
So
There we go.
Oh,
We are unprepared
goodness.
for this.
Everybody,
wait a minute. I
everybody-
got one for you. Frankenspoon. Frankenspoon.
So
It
what's
goes for horror and cereal. Both of my favorite things, except the horror.
Let's see here. What would be a good one for Siege?
Loser. That's pretty scary. Nobody wants to be a loser.
True story. True story. Nobody wants to be a loser. We could be. Let's see. What could he be?
That's a hard one for Siege. I don't know what to.
Where Siege? No? All right.
Man, bear, pig.
Man, bear, pig.
That's it. I think we nailed it.
Siege the man, bear, pig.
Terrifying.
And Moxie can be. Let's see.
Female horror, go.
You can be a female whore.
I think you said horror.
I said horror.
Oh.
Yeah, not horror. As in, like, sucking pee-pees. But, like, as in, horror isn't scary.
This is a spooky edition, not the happy edition.
All pretty terrifying in the end. Nobody knows what's going to happen.
Nobody knows. No, that's right.
I
Nobody knows
think
what's going to
pee-pee
happen.
is so much more offensive than
It really is. That's why I said it.
Yeah, so it's just vulgar, dude.
It's the dirty word.
It's the dirty word.
That's
Dick
what
is totally
children
clean.
Say, but
When you say sucking in front of it.
Yeah, it goes straight to the bone.
I'm going to fondle my pee-pee.
We're gonna edit that out later, just for you guys. No, in fact, I'm gonna see if we can censor pee-pee, and if you couldn't hear it there, it was just bleep bleep.
It was more beep beep.
Yeah. She fondled my beep beep.
Nothing else is edited out. I say dick right afterwards, but pee-pee is edited out. Brilliant.
You know how hard
Consider it
how much
done.
time I would spend trying to figure out what the double beep was? She fondled my beep beep.
What are they talking about?
What?
That must be
was the
really
second
raunchy.
beep.
What was the second?
There was no and, there was no comma, there was just beep beep.
You've got the first beep, right? Which is the adjective.
Okay.
It's the descriptor
Got
word
you.
of the second beep.
It's
Okay.
the huge beep,
I
but we
can
had to
run
bleep
with
them
that
both.
now. Yeah. I can run with that now. Man, that can go on forever.
Yeah, good. Fondled the limp beep. Fondled the strong beep.
Those aren't vulgar though.
You have to have the two beeps.
That's why it's
Has to
fondled the beep beep.
Nice. Nice.
Did you say rice?
I might have.
I think you just went rice.
Rice.
I'm hungry. Nice.
Very, very nice. I like it. So,
Very nice. Okay.
spooky edition. What scares you guys? What gets your feelers a feeling and the hair standing on your everything?
question for me is
Even my
what
pee-pee?
that that scares me.
His pee-pee standing.
Standing peepees all around. Terrifying.
That would be an awful place to be.
But no, it's what doesn't scare me. I'm scared of everything.
It's true.
Absolutely everything.
It's true.
Aliens,
I scared,
ghosts, the dark,
I watched
people
you
standing in the
scream
corner.
at a duckling around in the corner, like a baby duck.
Adrian Monk.
Pretty much.
No, I'm scared of everything. Like wandering dogs outside with no collars.
No
Zombies.
joke.
Like
Just to give you a heads up, like one night we
Wandering
pulled
dogs
in
outside with
on
collars.
it was a night. Follow me on this one. Night with no moon. We're 8 feet away from our front door, And she's like, will you meet me halfway between my car door and the house door? Because my mind's going places, and I feel like in the next 8 feet I'm going to be attacked by an entire horde of zombies.
What?
Yeah, babe, I can. I can get the door and escort you in.
So, no, but you know what you do instead? You walk.
Yeah,
You walk away,
that's
and
right.
then you start waiting for me to approach, and you make zombie.
I make zombie noises. Yeah, I do.
I'm like, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Fucking stop it. And I run away from you.
Yep.
Into the night, away from the door.
Mind you, my zombie
stray dogs.
noises aren't what she did. My zombie noises are like, I'm gonna get that butt. Like stuff like that.
No,
That's
it's
the kind
not.
of things that I do.
You make real
You
scary
got
zombie noises.
rape zombies.
We call them rombies.
Zombies.
Yeah.
The only thing you're going
all
to
they
detect
think
out
about
by
is
here is
ass.
corn.
No, but I'm super scared of aliens.
Birds, aliens, dogs, people in general, shadows, the night,
That's
cars,
pretty scary.
doors. Even she's afraid of doors.
It's not really that. It's really just anything paranormal and anything that's out of my control.
That's the environment, Leslie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to Mother Nature.
Like, no, okay, it could be
The
some...
sun!
No, so somebody has a knife and they're playing with a knife, even though I know that they can handle that knife. If I don't have it in my hand, I'm not necessarily worried about my safety. I'm worried about them hurting themselves. Like, I'm constantly worried about my environment and all it takes is somebody tripping and then that person gets hurt and we bleed to death and then we got a mess and the carpet stain.
See, that's being a bit of a worry ward. Now I'm talking things that scare
It's
you.
scary. Well, okay, I guess it's true, but
Things that make
Things that you would
like
run.
that literally like in the
Aliens.
essence of scaring, what makes you so riled up your butt puckers?
aliens.
My driving.
Charging bears.
Really?
Are we going around the table?
Yeah.
Is that what,
Apparently.
ghosts.
Ghosts. Okay, I'm down with that one.
Fuck. Ghosts.
That's right after. That's right up there with aliens.
Like, I've never seen one, but if I ever do,
I guess if a real ghost came at me, I'd probably be pretty freaked.
I would
I
hope
can't
so.
punch that.
That's what I was going to say. There's a
That's
lot of
my
things
exact
I just
wouldn't
can't
be
fight
afraid
against
of.
them. I can't
that's
fight
my
against
exact
people.
reasoning. Anything I can't physically punch,
Yeah.
at least defend myself, like grizzly bear. At least
Santa
I know I'm gonna
Claus.
pop.
Santa Claus.
Well, there's also the factor that you can't get away. You know, anything
Yeah.
else is going to chase you. You know, ghosts go through walls. I can't.
Exactly.
I could, but it's gonna hurt.
what about
Not easily.
What about Brad here? What scares Brad?
Fuck jellyfish.
Thank you. Thank God.
That's about it.
Jellyfish.
So-
They're like
so-
the ghosts of the sea.
Hammerhead sharks.
I was gonna
No,
say
sharks. Are cool.
sharks.
You can't punch a jellyfish. That goes back to that.
No, I mean I could.
You
but
can,
it's
it's
bad.
just
You can
gonna
punch
hurt.
a shark. Like that's
Dude.
how you defend from sharks.
No, it's
No,
not.
not-
That's a rumor. Have
No,
you ever
no.
tried to punch underwater? It's like punching in your
See,
sleep.
I don't go in the ocean because I fucking hate jellyfish, so it's not even a problem.
Good reasoning. The ocean sucks.
Yeah,
So I like to deal with
Except
sharks
we all
because I don't
agree
like
that the ocean-
jellyfish.
We all hate the ocean.
Oh yeah.
it's
oh,
big.
yeah.
It's deep. There's things in there that bite back. Yeah, it's really not
Things
worth
that,
going
another
in there.
thing that makes me anxious. Water.
Anxious.
Open water or just any water?
Anxious.
No, just like moving
She's like,
water.
holy shit, that bottle of water is freaking me
No,
out.
moving
Holy
water.
fuck.
Like,
It's totally freaking my shit, man.
like I'll drive over a bridge and I'll go, if this bridge collapses, I'm dead. I'm dead
Because
I
of the
can't
water.
swim. I doggy paddle and I'm gonna die.
I doubt that it's going to be the water that's really
Yeah.
the problem if the bridge
No, I
collapses.
understand that. But that's just how my mind
You have
works.
other worries.
That's
true.
just how my mind works. I'm constantly worried.
I gotta say, honestly,
But-
I'm afraid of sharks.
Yeah?
I'm afraid
Legitimately?
of sharks. Like,
Valid.
I actually didn't.
legit, because I mean, if honestly, like a shark doesn't just come up and it's game over. I mean, it's a bite, and then they just keep they're not done swimming. Like especially if they have a hold of you, they're just gonna keep
Well, they're
going.
never done swimming.
Well, yeah, that's the point. If they have a hold of you and they haven't bitten through whatever they're chewing on at the point, you're just going with them.
Yeah.
So You're done.
The key's not to punch the shark, by the way. It's to rip the gills.
rip the gills.
You can't hit a shark hard enough underwater for it to even.
What if I
So
what if
don't
I like
punch,
if I
headbutt.
dug my claw-like fingers into its orbital socket, getting
Well,
that,
the
getting that
eyes
eyeball?
have a couple layers of protection. When they go to eat, they open their eyes until they get to where they're going, and then they actually close their eyes when they chomp.
Did you learn this
then
on
it's
Shark Week?
protect-
Somebody,
I spent 6 years in
watches
Hawaii.
Shark Week.
Like,
Yeah.
listen, there's a
It's gills. You go for the gills
Shark
all day,
Week.
every day, and they'll
That's-
die if you rip a gill. You'll kill the shark,
That's,
Get acknowledged.
and then
Yeah.
that goes in your resume for life.
That's true. So what accomplishments do you have, Mike? Well, I was in the army and I killed a shark with my bare hands.
You're hired.
This is a preschool, man.
You're in.
They got those imaginary weapons, dude.
It's true.
That's right.
You can defend yourself against imaginary sharks.
Another thing that really freaks my shit out: clowns. Clowns on the real. They put me in a special place of terror. Now I'm not talking like blow up clowns that you see that's just standing there, or like fucking Ronald McDonald, because it's Ronald McDonald. I'm talking like Stephen King's It. Now a lot of people laugh at that because it's kind of corny. It didn't age well, but oh my god, man. We all float down here. That's fucking terrifying. I watched that shit when I was a little kid, and I had a bad experience. Truth be told, I had a really, really bad experience. When I was a kid, I went into a haunted house with my folks. It was a restaurant at the time. It was Lone Star, down in Indianapolis. They turned it into a haunted house. And I got scared because I was a little kid. I was a little shit, and everything's terrifying when you're 7 or 8 years old. Going into this place, I'm holding onto my mom's hand, and I've got my eyes closed. While my eyes are closed, as we're walking through this maze o' terror, as I've decided to call it, somehow, in translation of movement, my hand slips away from my mom. And I immediately panic and just start like windmilling until I hit an arm. And I grab onto the hand and I don't think about it the rest of the way through. But I can hear Mom, she's like, "Are you okay, bub? Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm good. I need to change my Zubas because I pissed in them, but I'm good." And we start making our way all the way to the end. And by the time she's like, "You can open your eyes now. We're done." And I open my eyes. Lo and behold, I'm holding onto a fucking clown's hand. All the way through this, like, it was probably right around 5 or 6 minutes of walking, but it felt like 26 years of holding this clown's hand. See, there was intimate moments there. This was mommy and son holding time, and I thought I was safe, and I thought I was in a home, in a happy place. And there he fucking was, bloodied mouth and blade and all. And I must have shrilled so hard because his eyes burst right there on the scene. It was hands down the most terrifying experience of my life.
Getting pretty riled up. I
My
can see it.
shit. It was bad. It was really, really bad. And to this point, like, I'm almost 27 years old now, and I'm 6'4", 400 pounds. Like, clowns don't freak me out to the point where I scream like a girl anymore. But if a clown were to come up to me and be like, "Hey there, buddy," I'd fucking clothesline him right there. Like, no questions
But that's why
asked.
you don't be afraid of clowns, because you can clothesline them.
Right, well...
You can't clothesline a ghost.
True story.
Or a charging grizzly.
So it's good around the table that nobody likes ghosts.
Nobody likes ghosts.
No one likes ghosts.
Actually, Siege and I had an experience with a ghost.
I do remember that.
this story
This
freaks me
made
out.
me a believer of ghosts. This made me a believer of ghosts.
Yeah,
This
me
was
too.
Totally skeptical. Didn't think ghosts were real. You know, premonitions and spooky white sheets and shit like that. Whatever. You know, it's kind of lame. I don't buy it. Well, excuse me. One night, Siege and I were on our way to our local Dunkin' Donuts. We decided that we were going to smash some donuts.
We were on our way back.
Right. Well, I was getting there.
Oh.
We left our local Dunkin' Donuts after we smashed almost a dozen, and we were taking ye old back roads through Mooresville, and as we're bullshitting, having our conversation, we hit this stop sign, and to our left is a graveyard. To the right side of the graveyard is a church. I don't know the name of the road, but it's not that important right now. What is important is the moment that I turned
Creepy
left,
Road number 3.
I caddy whipped my 1980 Caprice around, and when I did, flipped on my brights, and I saw a figure dart across the road, what appeared to be a man from the waist up, actually running across the road, but it was completely black. Not like Wesley Snipes black.
Like straight shadow black.
Like straight shadow black. Like you could see through this. This was a legit real thing. And I stopped my conversation. I stopped.
Yeah,
my
I remember that
conversation
because
with
it was just
right there.
silent.
Just
We were
silence.
both just kind of riding silent.
And I fucking floored it the rest of the way home. And as we're rounding into the street, because we lived on the same street at the time, I was like, man, I don't want to sound like a pussy or anything, but I'm pretty sure I just saw it. He's like, did you see a ghost? Did you see a fucking ghost? And I'm like, yes, I did. He's like, yeah, me too. Yeah, that just happened. I'm like, sweet. So you got to change your pants too? Yeah, me too.
I don't know what I would have passed out.
Fuck that!
Did not believe in ghosts until that very moment, and from this point on, I'm a firm believer that whatever that was, there was no way it was a dude dressed up. There was no way it was
no
a prank.
lower half.
It had
was
no
just a
body.
floating shadow torso.
It was exactly. It was hips up, like full on Running Man across the street. You know, it was the whole thing.
I would have exploded.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
'cause
poof.
I take that exact road that they're talking about all the time. I was taking it all the time to come home from work. I'd come home late at night, past that graveyard. Told me that story. I took an extra 5 minutes to go around.
Every time, guaranteed.
I'm taking an extra 2 hours to go around.
I'm going the opposite way on whatever road that
To be
is.
fair, I've driven that road late at night plenty of times since then.
It's-
I've never
it's
seen
not
it
happened
again.
I
It
don't
was
know.
just that one time.
I don't know what it was, man, but that since like those two experiences in my life have changed me in a way that have literally made me afraid of fear. I'm not afraid of going in the darkness. I'm not afraid of going into water. Like, sure, I get it. Like, Jaws can be legitimately real, but at the same time, I understand that, you know, statistically speaking, shark attacks are a lot less likely to happen than, say, like a wild cow attack.
They're
That's a
even
thing.
less likely if you don't go into the ocean.
Exactly. And you know what I don't do? Go into the fucking ocean. I don't go there. So
That
I'm
sucks.
definitely not, unless these fucking sharks start learning how to fly, then the world as we know it is doomed. Like, it's total
Boom.
chaos. But that's for another time. However, with what we've got at this point, like, these things have changed me on such an integral level. And I'm spooked. Like, I'm forever spooked by things
that
that go
moment.
bump in the night. Like, potential ghosts. When people say that their house is haunted, like, that's what I think. I go back to that very moment and remember how wide-eyed and spooked I was and how I just didn't say anything, because that let me know right then and there, the moment I'm scared of something, the only thing I can do is open my eyes. That's it.
Yep.
I literally opened my eyes and I floored the gas pedal all the way home. I didn't say anything until I was sure shit fire away from that exact spot.
Yeah,
and even
like-
then, I was like, glad I'm 24 and have like the hairiest balls out of anyone I know, because let's be honest, that was terrifying. And
Nope. Exploded. I have an experience. I
Do
got
you?
a ghost. I don't think it's a ghost experience because I don't want to believe it's a ghost experience. But so
It could be a ghost experience.
in my house, there's two floors, and there's a light switch at the top of the stairs and the bottom of the stairs.
right,
So it's been occurring for the past, I'd say, 3 years between me and my brother both. Never happened to my mom, never happened to my dad. We'll walk, it's early morning only, walk to the staircase, and the light will flicker. And it's a very prominent switch. It's like on or off, there's no in between.
Right.
It's, you turn the shit on, turn the shit off. The light will flicker. And not like dim and flicker a little bit, like on or off.
yeah, there's no
There's no in between.
temporal in between. It's
Yeah.
just straight on or straight off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And usually when I approach it, it's off, so it'll turn on. And there's no other way downstairs unless I jump over my balcony. So
So
That
you
would be
just
my
jump
route.
over your balcony every time.
yeah, that's what I've done since
I would
then.
have a fire emergency throw ladder at all times.
Well, I can jump out of my window. There's like a small ledge out of my window.
It's
on my
true.
roof.
I've
actually
thrown a
threw
man
it.
up there.
Yeah. But yeah, if that ever occurred, like I walked around the corner and there's a ghost, like, hey, bro, let me just turn this light on for you. Be like, fuck yourself, and I would just, I'd explode.
You go live in your car.
Yeah, no, I would just explode.
He's a super friendly ghost. He's like, hey, let me get that for you so you can see. I don't want you falling or anything.
Yep.
Speaking of spooky time, when I was a kid, and living with my mom, we lived with my aunt, her daughter, and my grandmother. We all lived in the same house together, and this is when I was little, like before I was even 10 years old. And growing up there, they didn't want to tell us, me and my little cousin Kayla, they didn't want to tell us that the place was haunted. But the place was haunted.
Okay.
Fuck no.
I knew it was haunted. I knew something was off when I was a kid. And I didn't ask until many years later, but I asked later, is that place haunted? Mom was like, yeah, it is. It is. And, I mean, did you experience it? Yeah, I experienced things. I remember being a kid, laying in bed, and the room is pretty much dark. I've always been afraid of the dark, because I just don't know what's in there. You don't know what's in
Yep.
the dark.
That's the worst part.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why it scares me. I don't know what's out there. So they would leave this bathroom door cracked for me with the light shining through. It was right attached to the bedroom. Great. Me and my cousin Kayla sleep in there. That's fine. So it's cracked open about a foot, and I'm sleeping, and I open my eyes, and I look over, and I see the door completely close. Not like wind kind of pushing it.
Mm-hmm.
The door closes.
Nope.
So I kind of shut my eyes real tight, and then I open them back up. I mean, moments. The door's open again.
It's when you just charge the door and just keep on going.
This is the only exit. No. Yep.
Like what happens at that point? I mean, you've always seen like horror movies where that happens.
Under
where
the sheets.
where the door closes and
Oh,
the kid
yeah.
goes under the sheet. I think, like I've been so scared sometimes up to that point where it's like, at my size, if I charge that door, I'm gonna splinter that bitch,
Yep.
and I'm going through it. So what's the ghost gonna slam then? It's not gonna slam shit, man. It's just me fucking freight training up the stairs.
Yeah, but
Just
they,
systematically go through your house and slam through
That's
all
my
doors.
actual-
Just
Break all the
slamming nothing.
That's
break all
my-
the doors and you're good.
That's my escape route. Like you always see the people in the horror movies, they go upstairs. I'm
Yeah.
like, why do you do that? That's where I'm going. I'm not going out the front door. I'm going straight upstairs. I'm going straight upstairs, around the corner, down the hall, and out a window. And if the whatever's chasing me comes out that window, you can have me.
Yep. You win.
But if I land on the ground, roll my ankle and I look up and I see you stop at that window, like, gotcha, bitch.
I'm out.
You didn't think about that one, did
limping
you?
away.
You thought you were good.
That's
Then you
what it
stand
is.
up and realize, I
It's
don't
either
have my
A,
keys, I don't have my phone, I'm locked out.
I'm not even
Don't
wearing
matter,
pants.
you can't get me.
You're locked in, bitch.
So it's either one of two things: the ghost is bound to the house, or it's afraid of heights.
And either way, I'm okay with.
Either way, you're winning. How about you, Brad? You had any scary shit
I
happen to you?
actually, just now talking about this, realized I have some really scary shit that happened to me that I repressed until about right now.
Glad we could bring it out.
So, when I was like 8 or 9, there's this place called Bradford Manor, which is a bed and breakfast that's kind of around here.
Okay.
And basically, a relative of mine was the caretaker during the winter when it was not open. So this time, for some reason, we just got to go there for free for like 4 or 5 days. Me and like my cousins who are all about my same age as me. And apparently people said it was haunted, but whatever. And one time I was riding in the elevator, and for no reason, the glass pane that held the light went straight up and came straight down. And it cut my thumb. There's a little tiny scar right there.
I see it.
If you can confirm it.
Yeah.
And so that scared me. But
Spook confirmed.
Spook confirmed. Tiny scar. Couple millimeters. But also, there was this room that was the old office of the guy, and it was down in the basement,
Sure.
the guy that owned it. And there were a bunch of rolling, like, computer chairs.
Okay.
There was like 30 of them in there.
That's
so we were,
equally as terrifying as any real ghost.
Well, so we were like, I was like 9 or 10, because we just would go in there and we would go and fuck around on the rolly chairs,
Sure.
because why not?
Exactly.
Rolly chairs is
But-
the reason.
But one of us got hurt, so they decided to lock the room. And we were going in there trying to get in there one day, and one of the chairs, we heard them moving, and then one of them smashed against the door when we were outside the door.
No way.
And
That is the spooky
I
chair.
forgot about that even happening.
Why? I would have exploded.
Welcome to
Obviously it was gone for like a solid
Holy fuck.
10 years of my life. I forgot about it. So.
Cody's
Spooky
response
light
to everything.
switches.
Spooky things are happening. I explode.
That's one of those things that I don't really acknowledge that it ever happened, and I don't think I've ever actually talked to it with my cousins, even though there were like 3 more of us.
Yeah.
And
It's time to bring it up.
Yeah.
Once this goes live, you need to send this to them. Be like, wait, and about
Be like, "Did that
19
happen?"
minutes in,
Yeah, I didn't have that thing like in the car where like, did you see a ghost? We all just
everyone's
Ran.
like,
Everybody just ran.
it's like, I can
that,
tell
yeah.
there were children here. There are clearly 4 little shit spots right there on the
There's
ground.
4 little cues.
yeah.
Cute poo cues.
Oh man.
It sounds
that
like
was
we've all
messed up.
yeah, it sounds like
I don't
we've
even know
all
if we even
experienced.
told any adults about that.
Yeah.
You can't.
I don't know if
There's
I-
no reason to.
Never told anybody about that.
I was gonna say it's
I've
not like
never
we really
told-
talked about.
You can't
Yeah, no, like
you
this
can't
is not-
tell anyone these kinds of things
Yeah.
because they don't believe you until they experience it themselves.
I consider myself a very logical and rational person.
Completely
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
I'd say that we're all on that level.
I'm not. I'll openly admit I'm completely irrational. As I'm going up to the door when it's nighttime, I quicken my pace because I think a zombie's gonna get me. I am completely irrational.
Yeah, she's insane.
Completely.
But she's really cute. That's why I married her. Well, that's not the only reason. But that's the only one I care to talk about.
Purely aesthetic.
Purely aesthetic. I'm that guy.
Way to go. Well, how about what is the scariest death that you think a person could go through?
Oh man, this is such a dark podcast.
This is bad.
I'm
I'll
hiding
start.
under the table.
Hit me with it.
Drowning.
Drowning.
Oh yeah.
That's mine.
Drowning and seeing the surface.
Oh, like swimming
I,
up from something?
Yeah, like you're too far down and you just watch it go away.
I'm afraid though that if I was drowning, like as much as a gamer as I actually am, I'd be swimming to the surface and I'd hear womp out, womp out, womp out,
That's right.
like from the Sonic
Like, oh
games.
fuck no!
Yep, and
I'm running out of
I
time.
was actually a lifeguard at a Thatcher Recreation Center, and I was never afraid of. I actually didn't like water. Come to think about, I hated swimming, but $8 an hour, and I basically played basketball for 45 minutes out of the hour. But in service, I would go to the bottom of the pool, and I would just lay at the bottom of the pool and look up, see all these people just casually swimming by and stuff. And there was quite a few times I would just think to myself, like, if I was actually in trouble right here, this would be absolutely terrifying. Just seeing everyone going on with their life, I'm just down there just losing oxygen.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I've had some close, not like, oh my gosh, we need to take it to the hospital, but, in that moment you feel like it's a close call with water. Water in general, just, it's not...
water is scary to me.
I said that earlier and everybody laughed at me like, oh, the water
like,
bottle?
not the water. When we drown.
That one's scary. You gotta
Drowning
give
is
us
scary. Drowning is scary. I think everybody acknowledges that drowning is scary. I think what is the worst death for me would be being locked in a completely pitch black room to be devoured by my own imagination. Because I've got a hell of an imagination on me.
Yeah.
And after seeing some of the spooky shit that I've seen or experiencing it,
You would start seeing some things.
I would start seeing and feeling and hearing things, and I would go insane, and I would die.
That too.
Just like a room with no doors, or what is it? They have this room in I don't know. I think it's in Switzerland that it's 99.8% soundproof
Yep.
room,
Yeah.
and you eventually start hallucinating from the lack of sound. Like you can talk, but when you talk, you don't hear yourself at all. It's so soundproof.
Yep.
And they say that if you're in there for like more than 5 to 10
7
minutes, you start
So the
hallucinating.
walls just absorb the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
The
can
floor,
just feel like
everything.
the vibrations of you speaking, but you can't actually
Yep.
hear it.
Yeah, right.
All you get is the buh, like in your throat right there.
You'll eventually, because I watched something of this, something that's completely soundproof, you'll eventually start hearing your own heartbeat,
Yeah.
and you'll start hearing...
That's terrifying.
What
itself.
you think is like blood flowing through your, like when you're in there for, this is a different room, and this guy was in there for like a half an hour. He said I thought I heard my blood moving through my body, like there was just no sound.
Yeah, that's scary. I think drowning, like the dark room and drowning would be those for me.
That's pretty terrifying, but I'm terrified of being buried alive.
That'd be pretty awful too.
Yeah.
Buried alive is
That's very-
This is dark. You're
That's
right.
very
That's
in line
drowning
with
in a
being
dark
stuck in
room.
a dark room.
That is
though.
drowning
Yeah.
in a dark room right
That's it,
there.
right there.
that's,
Under dirt.
That's something that that I actually told my mother and told my husband both. I want to be cremated. Like I know there's no way if you pass away that's gonna
You wake
happen. But I want to make sure, cremate my body. I don't want to be buried alive. That's something that I
Awful notion.
like. Even talking about it, like I'm getting.
So what about
nervous,
caves?
Like,
No
I
caves.
don't like tight areas. I don't like
Ugh.
elevators. Make me a little nervous. But I know But the moment that they feel a little rickety, I'm like, if this stops, I'm gonna start crying.
I definitely thought you said alligators. I was like, where did we go to alligators?
Those rickety alligators.
Yeah, those rickety alligators.
No, but like tight, small spaces.
That'd be pretty terrifying. You would hear it. Like you're in the dark cave and you hear rickety alligators. Like, oh no, here they come.
Yeah, but no caves, nothing like that. If I know I can't make it immediately to the outside, I get a little.
Well, I watched
Itchy.
this movie. I can't remember the name of the movie. I honestly just thought of it, but this woman is trying to figure out the murder of someone and who the killer is, and she keeps being visited by this ghost. But the way that this woman died was she was led to believe that she had fallen asleep in a bathtub. But I'm not, spoiler alert, whatever this movie is, her husband is actually the murderer, and he uses some kind of paralytic serum.
About skeleton key.
I don't know. I mean,
No,
it could be.
no skeleton.
I'm not sure.
Skeleton key is with hoodoo and
But basically what this guy does is he hits her with a paralytic serum, and she's paralyzed from the... I think she's completely paralyzed. I mean, she can see and like support her own neck, but I guess it's from the neck down. She's completely paralyzed. So he tosses her naked in a tub, and he sets it on like a medium setting, and she's just watching the water rise. and it gets up to her nose, and she just starts freaking the fuck out and seeing this ghost. And I think that would probably be one of the most terrifying ways
You
to
want to
die.
know something that's messed up? There's a scientist that actually died in a very similar way to that.
Really?
He did sensory deprivation. I don't know if you know what that is. It's where people get into a
chamber?
big tank, a dark, soundless tank full of salt water to, like, not feel their body anymore.
Yeah.
And this guy, he was, like, a pioneer in it. He was doing it in his bathtub, and he had paralyzed himself. He, like, injected ketamine into his muscles to paralyze himself, and he drowned as the bathtub was filling up.
Wow.
In, like, a dark room, completely paralyzed, and he drowned.
Nice. But that was fun.
I
doubt
How do you prove he did it to himself?
Because he was a pioneer, and, like, he
He had a
done
notebook
bunch
and
of
said, "I'm
studies.
going to do this now."
Yeah, he did a bunch of studies on it and stuff.
Fair enough.
Maybe
That'd be a great way for a murderer to
maybe
kill
it was
him,
like a self-lock, like locking from the inside chamber, and
It's just his bathroom.
Right.
I was gonna say I don't think the chamber needed
you
to be
guys-
locked.
It was
you guys
before they
don't
had
have
He was
chambers.
paralyzed.
say you guys don't have bathrooms with like locks on the inside because every one of my bathrooms do.
No, that's absurd.
Completely absurd. But then again, I guess you could
My
just.
bathroom doesn't have a door.
Well, you're serious. You're completely serious.
He's like, no ghosts are slamming anything in
I
my
don't want my door shut. I want,
like
I
a-
want
do you have like
clear
a-
access to every other room.
Oh man, you know something that's terrified me since I was a little kid. I watched this stupid. It's a really cheesy, horrible like vampire movie. But this old woman gets turned into a vampire. Like we're talking grandmama vampire, and she gets chucked down a flight of stairs. And normally that would kill anyone, right? Well, this guy is standing at the flight of stairs, and you just hear like this terrible snapping noise as she falls at the bottom of the stairs. He's like, "That'll show you." And he gets up to walk away, and then he hears like rapid fire footfall as she scales up the black steps,
It didn't show her.
and it doesn't show her at all. You just see like all you see is her image, like the image of her face, and then like she's there, but you just hear like a and she flies up the
Oh
stairs.
no, I would jump down the stairs and be like, "You can't do it, bitch!"
For those of you at home, he definitely just Kermit flung his body at a flight of stairs.
I'll get it before you!
I tell you what,
On that note,
I'm a very much of a horror movie enthusiast. But
What's your favorite?
oh, I can't devour that information.
Devour?
I've been up for days. Obviously I did that horror movie challenge. And when I made the challenge, I was originally going to go through my top 10 horror movies. And about 3 hours in, I had like 2 movies, and I couldn't even put them where they would be on the ranking because that's all I really watch is horror movies. So I eventually just made a list of 10 great horror movies in my opinion. But the thing that was got me was like the moving, like the sketchy moving, or
the jerky stuff.
the jerky,
Like
movie,
Mama.
whatever.
Oh,
Good,
no.
good one. I was thinking like what
Or
was
the
it?
crazy girl from the
Ring,
Ring.
the
Yeah.
Ring. Ooh, she's
That's
just
creepy
there,
stuff.
and then she's here, and I'm there. It's just no, thank you.
Yeah, when he was talking when Bubba and I was just talking, that's actually something that pops in my head. That weird like
The Twitch and
Twitch
the...
movie.
I like how they can't.
Never play
They
Silent
can hear
Hill.
it was for them.
I have to leave this house in the dark soon.
Oh man.
Mama, the fucking running, the crickety running.
Yeah.
With the little
That
girls on
was
the
bad.
fridge.
I didn't even want to watch that movie.
Whoa.
My girlfriend was like, "Let's watch this movie. It'll be scary, and you can cuddle me." I'm like, "Oh, whatever." Ugh!
Then she's cuddling
Bitch,
you.
you better cuddle me.
I'm like, "Fuck, where's the blanket?"
Yeah, that whole movie, like, it was really, really well done, and
Yeah.
that was exceptionally scary for what it really was. Honestly, it was just really scary.
A lot of people hated that ending.
Well, it was kind of it was very. I want to say
You
it's
spoiled this
artistic.
for me.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, so if you spoil
I'm not.
this
I'm
for
just
me-
saying it was an artistic
You should.
ending.
It's Del
and
Toro.
it's-
I know.
See it.
Yeah.
It's done and it's done very beautifully, but at the same time,
It was good.
It could have ended much differently. Something that I guess it's been Americanized. We have envisioned seeing a different kind of ending, and we were given something
You
foreign.
always plan yourself to see that last minute scare.
Yeah, and then it doesn't happen.
That's good.
But it's a
That's
good.
It
okay.
ends.
It's a
It-
good
it
ending.
ends. It doesn't
I mean,
leave anything open. It just
Kind of.
it
It's a
just-
kind
it
of.
ends.
It's kind of a good ending. I mean,
You know what we can
we're
do
not
here?
going to say anything, but
We can round this out here. I don't know. I mean, are you guys feeling pretty spooked?
one more thing.
Yeah.
I
pretty
thought we were
spooked.
going to go into like Halloween, like favorites and stuff. We're going to talk about Halloween.
I was going to talk about we can round it out with our favorite Halloween film.
One more thing before we move on to that. Everybody's talking about getting underneath their blankets. I don't know. I believe it's called The Messenger. I don't know if anybody's seen that. Okay, well, there is a particular scene where this woman, she's making the bed, and there's a little boy standing there watching this mother make a bed, and he can see the bed straight on. It's right at his level. She's flipping up the sheets, and as she flips him up real high to let him lay down, the little boy just sees a pair of legs under the sheets, and it floats down, and the sheet lands like it was flat and not there.
Awesome.
I saw that, and it rocked my fucking world. I was like, the bed is no longer safe.
That's the
No
safety
blanket
zone.
can hide the feet. No thanks.
So that's something that I find very, very creepy. Children in horror movies.
Yes.
Children and
Oh
old
god,
ladies.
it's like
Children.
paranormal children are just
Yeah. They're silent eruption
That's a
faces.
face for radio.
Right there.
What was the one that just came out? It was like Insidious 2.
I haven't seen
I
it
haven't
yet.
seen it yet either.
Oh my god. They have
By the window.
they have a part in it. I'm not actually going to say anything about it, except that it was kind of like it shouldn't have been there. It wasn't good for the movie, but it chills everywhere down your back, and it has to do with the little kids, man. The little kids
little
will get
kids
you
are-
every time.
Oh, speaking of little kids, what was the movie that we went and saw? Where the movie itself wasn't super scary, but the music.
I think it was Insidious 1.
No.
kidding.
They found the
Was the old recorder?
the old recorder.
Yeah, the old recorded film.
About the guy who. Do you know which one it is? The guy, he moved into this house because there was a murder that happened.
It was
Oh, yeah.
He was writing a
Ethan
book
Hunt.
about it?
He was writing a
What was
book
that
about
called?
it. But anyway,
Something I.
so
wasn't
I can't remember it. But essentially in the movie, so spoiler for anybody who hasn't
We
seen
saw it. You got spooked.
Yeah, you saw it too.
You got spooked
I
with
sat
us.
in between
I
Siege
loved
and
it. I
Bubbernut,
don't know if
and
you guys are gonna watch it.
jumped.
But as movie, not like to get away from the whole scary part of it, as a movie itself, I love the way it played out. It played out as in that house. Every time someone moved in it, the family was killed.
Yeah.
Once they moved out,
Yeah.
so all the stuff's happening. The family's getting freaked out. Finally, the family's like, "Forget it. We're chalking it up for a loss. We're leaving." As they move, he finds out
Yep.
it's when you move.
That's what
Yeah,
happened.
he finds out they're fucked.
But
Yeah,
spoiler alert.
that's-
That's a spoiler alert.
Actually,
And-
finish the movie for me because me and Sarah were watching it and she made me turn it off because she was terrified.
yeah.
I
Well,
was
Well, they
sick of
move.
it.
it's based on
And
it's
then-
it's based on some kind of
Let's just
it's
say
a
it.
demon, and I don't want to say
I
his
gotta
name
say
because we've been talking about all kinds of creepy
Say
shit. I don't want to.
I don't remember his name.
I know, good, because I don't want to fucking.
Do you remember it?
I do.
It's embedded.
No, yeah.
is it?
No, I'm not
Give me a
saying
letter.
it. No,
Give
because
me
you're gonna
something.
say it.
Give me
No,
noise.
we're
I'm
moving on.
IMDb it. Just say it.
We're gonna get it anyways.
No, please don't. It freaks me out. I'm
Ew.
freaked out. It starts with a B.
B.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good one.
B-A.
Ba.
You just
G?
said Bob.
Ba ba ba
You?
ba ba.
It's Bob Moran.
Bagul.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good name.
Yeah,
Bagul.
but that's the name of it, and what it is this guy, he
look
watches
at
these
Bagul.
old films that he finds up in the attic, and it's of these families, one after another, being murdered in these like hideous and awful
Sinister.
ways.
Is it
Sinister.
That's it. Give me
And
a-
okay, so
Watch it.
in these films, he's noticing that there's this like creature-like thing in every single one of them,
Yep.
and like little weird things have been happening around his house and with his kids, and all of these families have children. And it's weird because one of the films happened right in the house that they live. And it's super fucking creepy. And so, like Mike had said, that they finally have enough and they move out. Well, come to find out what it is it's this demon who eats children.
Yep.
And once the films have been watched, that's how he's released. And he goes through and he finds the kids and he manipulates them into, once they've moved out, to kill their family in these awful, horrible ways, and then to come join all the other kids. And that's where he
Which
goes.
gets eaten.
It was unique, definitely.
It made me happy I didn't
This
have
is one of those
kids.
moments where it's like in before lawnmower head scene.
That was
because
one of the scary
That was
parts.
the scariest part of that movie. Was when
That movie was
they
just
were
the
watching.
sound.
They were watching the little kid start up the lawnmower and push it through the backyard at night, and
You can't see anything
you
but
see like a
grass.
split second of a face appear in front of the lawnmower, and then the camera turns away as there's horrible like crunching cringy face noises on Propeller Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super, super terrifying. So I think we can finish this here with everybody's favorite scary movie.
Or movie that scares us the most?
Yeah,
Okay.
hit me with it. Who's gonna start first?
I'd say like I said, it'd be really hard for me to pick my favorite. But as far as like series go, I'd say Halloween. Michael
Halloween.
Myers is my dude. He gives absolutely no fucks.
Yep,
Like you're just not getting away.
it's true.
But I'm not gonna say the entire series of Halloween. You know, I like the Jamie Lee Curtis ones. It's like 1, 2, H2O, Resurrection. That
What was the one with Busta?
Busta? That was Resurrection.
That was dope, son.
Dude, why Busta want to fight Mikey, son?
Dude.
Just box
Dude.
Michael Myers.
That's when you learn that Busta Rhymes is like 70'12" and 400 pounds, and
Yeah.
he's a big dude.
Did you like the Rob Zombie version?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I did too.
The
I liked
first
it.
and the second one. I
Hate 'em.
thought,
I
I
think
thought
they're
they were really
excellent.
good.
I love
They
it.
were good.
But I like
everyone
Rob
was
Zombie
expecting
too.
a
Like the second
remake.
one. I
Everybody
didn't like
was
the second one.
everyone was expecting it was going to be a remake, but instead he went further depth into Michael.
Yeah.
You know, because the first one starts off, he kills his sister, and then bam, it's the end. You know, the first one takes off, it shows him going to the asylum where his mom visited, and it takes him through the steps of how he got to be how he was.
Yes.
So we've got the Halloween series.
I got mine. So I don't know what it's called, but it was. I have a
you
good,
so much you never watched it.
I have a
again.
good description, and usually, so it's an alien movie. Aliens usually don't scare me. I'm usually pretty cool about aliens because I think they're interesting.
All right.
So it was the movie where alien sightings were happening in Alaska.
Fourth kind.
Fourth kind.
Fourth kind.
That's gonna be that's exactly what I was gonna say for mine.
That-
With the fourth kind. Oh,
I want to watch that.
The,
I've been wanting to
the
watch
scenes where they went to the actual cam footage. I don't know if it was real footage, but it looked real enough.
It was fake footage. They did that for that
they
reason.
did
I'm getting-
such a good job.
I'm getting chills because holy
Oh,
fuck.
There's one particular
It's like-
scene where the woman, the therapist I was going through, and it cuts to a home scene, and in the title, where it's like subtitle, I can't even talk right. It says, "I am blank your God."
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, it was fucking bad. Like that's the only movie like I sat there the entire time with chills the entire time.
yeah,
Like ghosts usually I'm just like puckered butthole deal, but
fuck owls now, right?
yeah.
Fuck owls from that movie.
Yeah.
Fuck owls. Oh man.
By
I'm
no
actually-
ways are we suggesting that you go out and skewer the
Unless it
local,
looks like an
the
alien.
local
Whole
owl.
population.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so scared right now. I can't even sit still. That movie scares
So
me
we've got Halloween,
bad.
Fourth kind.
And the fourth kind.
Kind.
You know what? I honestly gotta say, I still think the scariest movie I've ever seen is The Blair Witch Project.
I've never seen it.
I love-
I've never
My
seen it.
God.
And it's a
was pretty-
masterpiece of a movie.
It really is
I mean-
really super well
100%,
done.
dude.
So
Like,
much detail in that movie.
I'm the only human being that hasn't seen that movie.
I haven't seen it either.
There's a problem here. All
Like-
6 of us have not seen all of these movies conclusively.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
Sounds like a movie
what
night.
Are we doing?
You've seen everything?
all-
He's
So
I've seen them all so
I
far.
want to come up on the Blair Witch Project. I know everyone talks crap about it, but it was one of its first kind. How many
amazing.
movies have come out now where people just find tape?
It's so
You know,
good.
you know what
And
they,
stuff
we
like that.
actually
It's believable.
listened to
We
a
listened
special,
to an NPR today of it.
and they actually, when they got their inspiration to making this, got it from the War of the Worlds broadcast in 1938.
Interesting.
Nice.
H.G.
Yeah.
Wells, Orson Welles.
And
did.
then they got their inspiration, like the news broadcasting, how they did that in the War of the Worlds broadcasting. They got their inspiration from the blimp that went down.
Holocaust. Oh.
No,
So like the helium. Fucking
Oh shit.
Heisenberg.
Yeah.
No, the high school
Hindenburg.
Breaking Bad guy.
Hindenburg.
Either
Yeah,
way,
the
it was all
Hindenburg
close. It's all
crashing.
History.
the
Fuck
same
that
thing.
shit.
The Hindenburg crashing, that's where they got their inspiration to do that particular kind of broadcasting. So, yeah, that
Two
It was
of my
definitely
most
groundbreaking.
terrifying parts of that movie were like when they come up in the attic and the dude's standing in the corner.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, don't talk about it because
Don't
every
spoil it.
detail's so good.
We'll get it. We'll get to
Also,
it.
The Conjuring is a close second, but it
Conjuring
it
was
hasn't
really
digested
good.
enough
The
for me to say
Conjuring
it's
was
my
really,
favorite.
really well done.
There's a part in that too. Like, I get freaked out by movies in
You're
general.
up, son. What you got?
Oh, I don't really know what my favorite would be. I know as a kid, Nightmare on Elm Street always freaked my shit.
Yeah.
Like, that always got me. Any one of them. Freddy Krueger is just...
You gotta love when Johnny Depp dies, though. Anything.
I didn't say... Yeah, they're great movies, but, like, those were the movies that always freaked my shit when I was young.
Things in your dreams that you can't escape.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
think that leaves me with mine, and These are all pretty close. I probably would have said any one of these, but since they've all been taken, I've got to say Supernatural. Wait.
The series?
Supernatural.
Not Supernatural. Wait a minute.
That was actually really good.
I'm going to go with Mean Girls.
Nice.
No, what was... They made like 3 or 4 of them about the paranormal activity.
That's
Oh,
it.
yes.
Fuck that
That's so
movie!
fun. I was
They're always
thinking the
good.
exact
Really
same
good.
You would
thing.
love Blair Witch
Everybody's on the same
Project.
thing.
Blair
Oh,
Witch
I've seen it.
Oh, you have seen it.
Yeah,
Okay.
she hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
So the first night, the only one I've ever seen is the first one because
It's the
obviously
best
You
one.
watch
It's
it
the
with
best
us.
one.
It's
Yeah.
the best
Yeah,
one.
They're
I
all
watched
still
it
worth
here.
watching, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
because I'm afraid of
Wouldn't
ghosts.
go home that night.
I didn't plan on it, but it was a terrible night because there were Halloween decorations set up in the house, like wispy curtains and the whole 9 yards. So fucking demon ghosts, whatever. But when she dragged her out of the bed.
Yeah.
Actually, when it flipped the sheet, that's when I would have woke up and been like, poop, poof, exploded.
I like the spontaneous combustion.
Yeah,
And
I would have
we
woke
keep
up and be
putting
like,
in our
fuck,
heads.
I was covered up. Pop, that's it. Confetti everywhere.
Since then, if I dream I'm being tugged, I wake up terrified.
No.
Yeah, I did a few nights
It'd be a
after
poop
we watched
streak
that.
as
Do you
I
remember
went.
that?
No, I was awake. I was playing, what was it, with Ogren? What is that game?
Dragon
Age.
Dragon Age, yeah.
I was playing Dragon Age, and this was like 4 or 5 days after we had watched Paranormal Activity. I'm up. I didn't actually go to bed because I was told that I had 48 hours to beat Dragon Age. I was loaned it for 2 days,
Nice.
and I was told that I had to beat it. So I just stayed awake until I beat it, and I was going on like 19 and a half hours of playtime. And it's morning, like the sun's out, and Leslie just starts screaming in her sleep, and I'm half out of it, so I ninja chuck the controller across the room before I like karate chop her head. Like, what is going on?
Stop the noise!
And she wakes up crying, and I'm like, oh, I hope that you're not crying because I karate chopped you.
I'm sorry.
And no, not even. She was just terrified of that. She thought she was being drug out of bed.
Oh no.
Like she
Yeah.
was even kicking in her sleep.
Yeah, it would be a poop streak as it dragged me down.
It was
I
a
would be
terror
a stinky prize.
It was a terrifying dream. It was truly one of there's only been a handful of times where I woke up screaming. But it's always scary when you're trying to scream and you're like half awake and you can't hear yourself screaming
Yeah.
and you're like, somebody help me.
Yep. If you feel like you're gagged, like you don't even feel like you're gagged. You just feel like you don't have a vocal
Yeah.
vocalization. It's just
You're trying to scream for help and you can't get anybody because you're just having it out.
Paranormal Activity actually spawned one of the funniest, terrible remakes I've ever seen in my life.
Pretty good.
Haunted House, the Marlon Wayans movie.
Yeah, I watched
I
it.
have not seen
It's
that.
actually kind of funny.
It's when they're doing the scene of like night 3 and the camera's speeding up and then it stops and it's like 2:30 in the morning. The sheet starts to lift and then as it falls, the girlfriend farts and the sheet lifts with her farting. And
Come on.
Marlon Wayans jumps out of bed. He's like, "What the fuck was that?" He starts looking around and he's like, "It smells bad too." And it's bang, and the sheet lifts again. And it keeps happening. Leslie's looking at me while we're laying in bed. She's like, "This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen." And I'm laughing, so I'm literally laughing like a 6-year-old at this. Pretty much the entire time. It's
My
just
favorite was
spitting
like
laughter.
it was just one of the nights that we were recording. It fast forwards to the part where the girl gets out of the bed, and it's like the normal
dancing.
part. Yeah, then it's like the normal part where she would just stand there and stare, and then she just starts dancing.
Yeah.
She's doing the Running Man.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's a really funny movie. You guys should check it out. It's on Netflix. It's called Haunted House.
It's pretty dumb, but you'll laugh.
You'll get a good chuckle out of it. So I think right here it's with our movies, we've got the Halloween series. No one in particular, but some are obviously better than others. We've got The Fourth Kind.
Yep.
We've all agreed on that. The Fourth Kind is pretty fucking terrifying.
awful.
Blair Witch Project. We've got Nightmare on Elm Street, and Paranormal Activity. Is there anything else that people should watch to scare the britches
It's
off
not
of them?
Freddy. It's Nightmare on Elm Street. By the way,
Yeah.
can't just say Jason and just people know it's.
Jason Voorhees.
Scary
Yeah,
movie.
That's the name of the movie, Jason.
Jason.
I don't have another movie, but
There
I
is
have
one actually
another.
called Jason.
Jason.
It's Jason X, but there is one.
I have our last little question, and then we can end this.
What's up?
Favorite Halloween candy?
Ooh.
Oh.
Favorite Halloween candy? Like, to give or to get?
Get, of course.
What?
Nobody's
Yeah.
Who the fuck likes to give? That's a sad moment every time.
That's a
Like, as a
Christmas
little
thing,
kid,
not-
I know that's crazy to think, but when I was a little kid, like, the best thing that I ever got from anyone was going through my grandma's neighborhood. Notoriously poor neighborhood. It's in fucking downtown Indianapolis. This dude made a paper hat, like a paper sailor hat. And he put glow-in-the-dark moons and stars on it, and that's what he passed out to all these kids. He made thousands of these, and he passed them out
man.
because he didn't have any money, but he had a fuckload of newspapers. So I walked
That's
around
awesome.
all fucking night long as Dracula with a paper sailor hat on.
Hell yeah.
It was the fucking coolest
That's
thing ever.
terrifying.
My mom was like, "Did you get any apples? Because there's probably raisins in them. Throw them away." It's fucking that's
Raisins?
You mean razors?
razors. That's what it is.
Both are worth throwing it away.
Throw that shit out.
I'm sorry, I was stuck on this paper hat. It's
Filled fruit.
such
That's a no-go,
such
not
a
Halloween.
positive memory.
It's like the turducken of the fruit world.
That's
right
exactly
there.
great. Raisin or fucking apple-filled raisins, or vice versa.
You're done. Nerds.
Nerds.
Nerds are mine. Nerds are amazing.
But I don't know. I think something I've always been happy to get is those green apple suckers covered in caramel.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are really good. I like suckers in general, though. I mean,
Yeah, Dum Dum. One time I was trick or treating. I was like 12 or 13. It was like this person left a whole bag of Dum Dums on the porch and said, "Take one." There was a trust thing. That didn't happen. It was the
Scumbag.
the night started and I took the entire bag.
What are you talking about? I came to that house apparently right after you. There was a sign that said Dum Dums, and
Yep.
there wasn't a single one
Take
left.
one Dum Dum and there's just an empty
the
bowl.
sign then was for you. After he took the whole box, the sign was
But
for you.
Dum Dum, got it. Good stuff.
not only did he come home with 6,000 Dum-Dums that night, he had a new salad mixing bowl.
That's right.
It's just
Two birds with one stone.
His mom was so
Mom,
happy.
get your present.
I went trick or treating for you. Oh god.
What's your favorite siege?
Candy.
Boy, that was descriptive.
In
Oh,
general.
okay.
I don't have a favorite. I just love getting candy.
I love sugar.
Love it so much I got diabetes.
Oh, that's true, and that's mostly from Kool-Aid.
Sixlets. I also like getting sixlets.
I can't say that it's necessarily what's like given out as trick or treats, but a fall thing is over by where we live here in Mooresville. There is an apple orchard just 10 minutes from our house, and they have the best apple cider slushies.
Oh yeah.
Holy
Local Yokels, it's Anderson Orchard.
shit.
That's right.
Holy shit, yes, Anderson Orchard. You should go there. It's $1 for a small, $2 for a large. And
If you finish it, we'll be way surprised because
it's-
if you do finish it, you'll definitely have diabetes.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, because I asked them, I said, what's in, I mean, surely you add sugar. They said, no, it's just really, really sweet apples.
You do have to fight an onslaught of bees every time.
Yes.
Bring a paddle.
but other than that, I really like caramel apples.
Yeah.
I dig on some caramel apples.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Don't accept those from random strangers' doors.
No, I'm an adult. I
That-
buy my own candy.
That's
I
a
don't
big no-no, kids. Don't accept fruit,
Kids should be
especially
listening to this anyway.
if they're passing fruit to you and they're like, "Don't worry, kids. There's no raisins in the apples."
Oh, fuck you, old man. Trying to get fruit in my fruit.
That was a man.
That is all good.
Raisinets. I like those. If
Nope.
I was to go to a door and somebody
Yeah.
gave me raisinets, I'd be like, hell yeah.
You were
Nope.
a sad
Nerd
child.
rope.
I'd piss in their yard.
You got tricked, motherfucker.
Raisinets.
Raisinet's
like-
my asshole.
I like fruit and I like
Can
chocolate.
you just see like a little kid's face when they get raisinets? It's just like it scrunches up like an asshole, and they just fucking baseball chuck it on the ground, and they just flip the guy off and run away.
I would have gone to that house over and over and over again. I like raisinets.
What is there one dentist like per county? But it seems like every block has one dentist that likes to pass out floss. Halloween. Why
I've
is
never
that
gotten.
happening?
I've never gotten floss.
Shit, man, I'd be okay with that. Have you just gone out to buy floss recently? That's just expensive.
It's on the rise.
fucking string? It's super
Thanks,
expensive.
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
No kidding.
the floss trees are real sparse nowadays.
Oh shit! So we got suckers, we got floss, sixlets, caramel apples, apple cider slushies,
Raisinets.
raisinets,
Nerd rope. Hell yeah.
Nerd ropes are dope. That's
Yeah.
right. I can get down on that.
Candy corn's always a classic.
See, I'm more of a candy pumpkins kind of fan.
Candy pumpkins.
Candy,
High
pumpkin,
five.
corn. It's all the same stuff.
We just did a turkey right there.
Oh
See
man,
that? Turkey.
I like the fact that neither one of you committed. It was like
I'm not a man of commitments. I
go
generally
from a
walk in
high
halfway and
five to a high
everything.
fisting.
So Shirley, not floss. You've got a favorite candy you like to get?
Actually, I'm not much of a candy guy, to tell you the truth. But stolen candy's my favorite. I was that guy.
You were,
All right.
that, you were that
I
kid?
was.
Now I know who I'm going to choke out after
I
this.
was very much the lazy kid, and just going door to door seemed like too much work. And there were bags everywhere. Why would I go to the doors when they went for me? I was that kid.
How about you?
Reese's Cups are pretty hype.
Oh, that's where it's at, son. Right there. That's that good.
I'm weird. I don't like Reese's Cups.
Yes, you
Peanut
are.
butter or anything.
It's on.
Really,
Yeah.
It's on.
unless it's on
It's,
balls.
I like Raisinets and not Reese's
I don't
Cups.
know.
Well, times like that when I feel like I
Oh.
got robbed. Like, you ever get the single package? Like,
Yeah.
who gets one Reese's Cup? They always come in 2. Or a king size is 4. Why?
Oh,
give me
I always
one?
get a
I feel
king
like I
size.
got
You
robbed.
can't eat 2.
Well, no,
You
the
can't eat
peanut
one.
butter in it. You
I don't
can,
even
you
feel
can
bad
chew
when-
the peanut butter in
like-
it. You can chew the sugar in the peanut butter inside the chocolate.
That's good.
No,
That's amazing.
man.
It's pretty tasty.
If I bought a canister of peanut butter and I put it on some bread and I'm chewing sugar, I'm gonna fucking throw away that sandwich. I'm gonna flip it up in the air
You
and
should
stomp
put it on
on
bread.
They just,
You should
they
do
just
that.
blend it better than that.
You should pass it out to children. Make peanut butter sandwiches for all the children that come around.
Peanut butter sandwiches are dope.
See how many
Give me a
of those,
glass of milk and we're
Raisins
cool.
in some of them.
see how many of those
The
end up
guys
on our
giving out
window.
floss are thanking you right now. Like, oh, that's worse than floss. Go egg their house.
Peanut butter sandwiches, some with raisins. They're gonna hate. They're gonna love us now with our floss.
I make adult treats now because we have adult parties. So we have parties with just grown-ups. There's no kids. So
I
when
like
I
adult
make
parties
sandwiches, yeah, adult parties.
Booze.
I was
It's the
going.
new
I was-
candy.
Thank you, Siege.
I'm gonna
booze
climb through my
bag.
window now.
yeah, that was a good night.
This just ends. You know if you're an adult if you have booze. Clearly, that's the defining factor between a child and an adult party.
That's right. Once
No,
the
but-
booze
but
walks in, it's all
the
different.
candy that you make, it's more intriguing. You make like fucking when you have adults
Like,
over, you
remember
make
when-
cheese balls and
Jello
stuff like
shots.
When
But not
do you remember
21-year-olds.
when Katie was over for our last. What was she made? Boober doodles. It was snickerdoodles in the shape of boobs.
Boober doodles.
that.
I remember those. Those were
Snickerdoodles.
good.
Those
And then
were
we
dope.
had
That's a great
penis
name.
cupcakes
Penis cupcakes.
and
That's
boober
right.
doodles. Snickerdoodles in the shape of boobs.
I made my mom a
Boober
penis cake
doodles.
for her anniversary.
How'd that go?
Oh, that was kind of weird.
Did she sit on it?
Holy shit, teaspoon!
I had to ask.